Hey everyone. Well, it seems like we're playing ping pong lately, and the ball is in this court today. We're gonna play with the 60 Caddy a little bit. We've got some work done on the Charger, mainly getting to know it. Like this is the first stages that happen with a lot of project cars. Is like you get them, and you gotta you get excited about them. You start thinking about how you want to build them. Then you gotta really survey the condition and every individual part and all that type of stuff, and then start hunting parts and making a plan, making it happen. Finding parts for these cars are not easy. So anyway, today we're gonna work on getting this all cleaned down. It's something I've been dying to do since the day it came back here. I want to get the remnants of the carpet out of it. I want to get the engine compartment all pressure washed. I want to get the whole outside pressure washed. Depending on how it comes out, maybe do a comet wash on it and see how that comes out. That'll let us really survey everything inside and out, maybe even get the shop vac and start cleaning out the trunk and get the trunk mat out of it and just see, is the trunk pan patchable, is it totally missing, wasted. Kind of have a plan on how this thing's going to be built, and trunk pan really won't matter if that goes that way, but you never know. It all depends if I stumble across like factory frame, good price, not rotted, stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm gonna get the hood pop, doors open and stuff like that. Let's do a little walk around on it. Hang on. Now I know we already did a full walk around. This is for people that are just stumbling into the video. We'll do a semi-detailed like look at condition, so you get a start, what it looked like before, and then what it's going to look like after cleaned up. So yeah, so basically just under the hood, there's just debris caked everywhere. Everything's just, it is what it is. There's stuff everywhere, and all up in the cowl and down in this side and amongst the trash. It's all debris down in there and whatnot. So getting this all power washed, this will give us an idea of any extra rust spots and stuff like that, and even just hitting the edges of the hood with the power wash will let us know if there's any extra pinholes we don't know about and such like that. And then you can see the remnants of the carpet are there, but you know, the floors they're missing. You know, like the seat's really not attached to anything. You can see there's barely a transmission tunnel over there. So it is wasted, and I want to get all this power washed, knock as much debris out, get a condition on this and whatnot, and then clean down the hood, stuff like that. And this will give us a good evaluation of the condition of the rockers, like which the inside of that rocker looks like it's totally missing. Probably the same over here and stuff like this. I am absolutely dying to clean these door panels. I know the bottom's a little ragged, but I mean the tops, I think these things are gonna clean up like practically brand new. I'm dying to clean these up. And you know, just kind of scrub down the sides of the seats a little bit, scrub down the dashboard, that door panel, the backside there, and the backside over here. You know, it's all caked in nasty stuff. But get that extra door panel out of there, get all this swept out, maybe vacuumed out, vacuum off the seat and such like that, and then just give it a good wash, because it's just got, everything is just caked with debris everywhere. You can see just like all that is just like tree debris just caked into this thing everywhere. And same thing, door jambs, just power wash off the door jambs. That'll give us a good idea of stuff. And in there, get all that cake out, get in here, shot down, and like I mentioned, all in here. And then we can go over the tag for what the factory color is called and all that jazz and whatnot. And you know, power wash down this beautiful bumper. That thing's gonna clean up like mint. Yeah. But yeah, I think like this is all just cake up here, just caked with stuff. And that'll just, you know, that'll let us know, is there any extra little rust pinholes we need to be concerned with, any surprises. You know, get some of the ants out of here, I guess. The ants have moved in, or they've always lived here, who knows. And yeah, look at that awesome floor up there. Floors are gone, brother. All right, enough of a pre-walk around. let's get things set up. I'm going to use that 30-second cleaner that I mentioned in one of my other ones that I used on the Charger. I'm going to just probably pre-prep spray all that stuff. That stuff seemed like it just loosened everything, and like I said, I probably could have done as good of a job with just the hose, but we'll still use the pressure washer. Let's get to work. All right, stage one of I think about 12. We got the inside, we got the stuff pulled out. We did a rough vacuuming. It's probably a crumb worse than I expected, but not that it's like worse where it changes the fate of the car. But it's pretty much what I expected. But I will say, I'm not sure what was holding the body onto the frame for the ride home on the trailer, because you can see all the body mounts. Yeah, like there's nothing back there. Maybe there's something right under here a little bit, but there's a body mount, nothing attached. You're looking at the whole frame rail under there. So yeah, so this is all wasted. The inner door jamb is a little bad right there. I'm always bummed to see the bottom piece of the post rotted off, because those are harder to make. They're multiple contours and stuff like that. Blending them in, making them nice is always a pain in the butt. Rocker panels, inners, outers, don't care. They're not bad. It's a pain in the butt dealing with those. And then, a couple of things we found. We found a matchbook from F. DeBella and Sons, Chelsea, Mass. Looks like it was a quality Spanish fruit, produce, and groceries. And bananas. And we'll have to clean this down and see what year it is. But that's a wheat cent. I know there's one valuable wheat cent, isn't there? I can't remember. Oh no, this is this Canadian? Oh yeah. 87 Canada. All right. At first thought, I thought it was a wheat cent. But, so that's the absolute newest thing I found. And that was literally sitting right on the driver's seat. So that could have been anybody sitting in the car, or when that starter fluid can went into it to try and start it. It could have been something falling out of somebody's pocket, because that was literally just right on the driver's seat. And you can see absolutely no floor in the back. All that cross member down there is broken right off. You can see how low that is. And there's the other body mount area all rotted off and whatnot. And the seat, you lean on the seat, you hear it just ripping just from flexing. So we all knew the seats were wasted. But I don't know if you saw it on the video or not, but that center armrest flips down and the upholstery in there is beautiful. Good reference of what the original stuff was. Got all the headliner remnants torn down and just kind of everything vacuumed off. And I'm thinking I'm going to do a little bit of interior cleaning first, rather than get everything soaking wet and then do it. No, I think we'll revisit the interior afterwards. I may hit the seats with the pressure washer. Maybe. Probably not very recommended. But even if I spray it with that cleaner and just rinse it with the pressure washer lightly, maybe it would make it like not so bad to look at. Alright, so I think I'm going to contemplate that for a minute. But I was going to clean the door panels and stuff, but I want to pressure wash the door jambs. And I'll probably be blowing stuff onto the door panels at that point. So, now you know what? We're going to clean the door panels. I'm dying to clean the door panels. Let's get to it. Sorry for this ramble. We're going to start with the door panels, and then we may just do a door panel and then jump to the body. I'm dying to see one of these door panels clean up. All right, let's go. Well, that's the start so far. And I'm not a detailer. I'm just a guy that kind of does a little bit of everything. I'm not using all the right materials. Products or any of that stuff. This interior is trashed. This is basically the initial first cleaning, see what's savable. This cleaner I'm using, this 30-second cleaner, it's fairly aggressive. I mixed it a little on the weak side. And what I'm doing preventative is once I get everything done scrubbed, I'm swabbing it all off, and then I'm taking a wet cloth and sponging it all off with a wet cloth to get that out of the pores so it doesn't continue to like eat at it or dry it out or anything crazy like that. And then what I'll do is probably tomorrow, once everything's totally dried out, I'll come out and I'll treat it with some sort of vinyl and leather conditioner, because the worst thing for any interior like this, vinyl or anything, is it drying out. Like if it dries out, it'll start getting brittle and cracking, and then there's really no repairing it. But this is where we stand so far. But that's substantially better. Substantially better. The dashboard, it is what it is. We got the funk off of it. That door panel is substantially better. Yeah, this door is substantially better in the shade, but yeah, got the cluster cleaned up and whatnot. It's funny, the dash, there's all green coming out of the dash pad itself. It's not coming out of anywhere else, but look at the rags. But it didn't turn the rags green anywhere else. It was just funk. But dash pad's all cracked to crap and everything anyway. So I think I'm gonna give the back doors here a quickie clean. No, the quarter panel trim, not the back doors, but just the quarter panel trim. And then at that point, I may spray down the seat and just rinse it with the power washer just to get some of the funk off the surface, maybe cut down on some of the smell, and not feel so bad touching it later on when it's time to take it out. So let's get to cleaning those back door, those quarter panel trims, not door panels. Stop saying door panels, Charlie. All right, so we're gonna get to that, and then we'll get to the seat, and then from there we'll move forward to just power wash and engine compartment, door jams, and just kind of work our way through. All right, I wore a lot of it, mainly the corners at the fender to the cowl. I hit those not thinking that there's a grill over the whole top of it all the way to the edge. Everything that was in there went in, out the grill, and just rained on me. A little bit of a surprise there. Usually expect to get it off like the side of the intake manifold or something like that, but she's pushed clean. We used some of that 30-second cleaner, and then I went over it with some Purple Power just as a little extra, like, actual degreaser on there. And that's where we landed. Looks like she got reasonably clean. We can see the blue on the intake and the oil pickup tube. Actually, I could do the bottom of that oil pickup tube a little more. Maybe I'll do that a little more and whatnot. But everything's flushed out. Firewall's all cleaned down. Again, lighting is terrible at the moment. But everything's flushed out. All that was full of dirt and mud. That's all cleared out, and I can see that's not rotted through, so that's good. And just, I do want to see about trying to get this thing running. It is stuck. I do have some spray in the cylinders, but figure clean it up a little, make it a little easier to work on. If nothing else, it'll be cleaner when I have to pull it out, right? All right, I'm gonna hit that front just a little bit more, a couple of spots I see, and then I'm gonna mix up some more of that 30-second cleaner, and I'm gonna hose down the car with it and do the outside power wash. Let's get her done. And that is enough power washing on this machine today. Not on the pressure washer, but on the car. Because I need to power wash my truck and the car, and my brother's truck probably, and whatnot. So I'm going to wrap it up with this one, and we already looked under the hood. We'll take a look at the interior and kind of see how that came out. And I'm curious myself. Yeah, substantially better. Soaking wet, that's for sure. Yeah, so I'm going to say those seats are substantially cleaner than they were. Door panels are pretty nice. Every time I blew from one side to the other, I blew little bits on things. So I'm going to need to just kind of give everything a wipe down and whatnot. And the package tray, that was just blowing apart when I hit up there. So that back window, I wasn't able to like just rinse that off. So I'm going to have to wash that one and wash the front one when we're done. And just as a reminder of the time frame of when this was last ran, was the Bush-Reagan administration, and the last inspection sticker expired in April of '84. But he doesn't look much different in camera, but one of the big things with power washing something like this, it's not necessarily to make it spotless, not necessarily to make it better. It's just to get the funk off so it's not getting on you while you're messing with things. But also, if you're paying attention and you're power washing every panel a section at a time, you'll notice other things. A piece of trim that's missing, another dent, another rust hole, a pinhole, something along those lines. So it's just good to just get to know the car by power washing it, and then you have a clean base. Now, I won't get to it today, but if one of these other days I want to start doing the Comet wash, it's already clean. I'm not trying, because like you don't want to do a Comet wash over a bunch of debris. Like you don't want to be picking up like little rock chunks and dirt and just grinding that into the paint even more. I know the paint's wasted, but it's just not going to be a really good outcome. But a few things shine better, and it feels a little better. The interior definitely smells a lot better because I vacuumed up a lot of turds off those seats and off of the remnants of the floor and whatnot. But we're pretty good. I think that was a good progress on this thing, just to get to know it, get the engine compartment clean. So while I'm picking the right way with that, trying to get it running, it's not getting me nasty every time. And very satisfying cleaning these door panels. Like I can't say it enough how satisfying these door panels were. And like I mentioned, we did blow some debris around. Now that's pretty satisfying. You know, you can ignore the bottom of the carpet falling apart, but that's pretty satisfying. You know, the dash is a little bit cleaner. The door panel, the quarter panel trim, those spots are just stuff that got blown around. Same back here. Seats. Now when the seats dry up, if I want to sit in there to wrestle around with something with the dash or whatever, it's not going to be so nasty. And with that said, we won't drag this out too long. Thank you very much for stopping back by and checking in on progress. And I might be going tomorrow to pick up a couple of pots for this thing. The guy up in Maine that has something. I think it's about 2 hours away, this place. Actually, I think he has some pots for this and for the 70 Charger. So I may be making a rip up there. If so, maybe I'll tie that into this video and make it as one. We'll see what happens. But wish me luck on that one. And again, thanks for stopping by. You guys are awesome. Like, subscribe, all that typical YouTube mumbo jumbo. Thanks again, guys and girls.